Today we're out here in the Fraser estuary in the south arm, so the main arm of the river, right where the river meets the ocean. And what we've been doing for the last 3 years is we've been doing some research looking at the juvenile salmon outmigration period. So there's juvenile salmon from different areas of the Fraser watershed that all have to migrate through the estuary, and many different species and populations rely on these habitats in the estuary. So we come out and we use a variety of methods. Today we were beach seining. So we use our beach seine to try to capture juvenile salmon, and we go out to different habitats and different areas to try to figure out when the different populations and different species are coming down to the estuary, how long they're spending in the estuary, what habitats they prefer while they're here, and then also looking at how they're growing while they're here. So our goal is to be able to catch them when they're first arriving in the estuary, and catch them continuously while they're here until the very end, so that we can get a really good idea of which habitats salmon are using and which ones are the most important. So we've been doing this for 3 years now, and we sample basically from the beginning of March until early August, and that whole time there's different juvenile salmon using the estuary. On the main stem of the river, we have a jetty that extends from the river mouth out into the estuary for several kilometers. And there's no way for juvenile salmon moving down the river to get off that main stem and to get into the nearshore brackish habitats that they rely on. And they need to be able to acclimate to the salt water before they further into the ocean. So the Raincoast Conservation Foundation is working with Fisheries and Oceans Canada to try to create some openings in some of these man-made structures here at the Steveston North Jetty, and as well in the North Arm. And we know that this one is a sockeye instead of a chinook because the parr marks are smaller and they're not uniform, and some of them are just crossing this little lateral line, whereas with the chinook their parr marks are much bigger and wider and they come well below this line.